So, in L'Equipe, or L'Equipe, however you say, in France, the sporting director confirmed something for a player we're after. Hello and welcome to the video. You could like, share and subscribe to the channel. Much appreciate it. Liking helps the algorithm, sharing gets in front of people's faces, and subscribing lets me know you like the channel. Hit that notification bell to let you know when video go live. So remember when we were talking about Dembele and we were like, oh, we'd love to try and get him through the door. He'd be really good. No one was too sure if it would have been a loan or not. Well, it looks like that they are going to want a fee for him, which I think that takes us a little bit out of the question on this one, just a little bit, because if he is being lined up to be gone with a fee, I think that's going to be difficult. And especially when you look at the likes of, originally it was us, Derby, other people now. There's some places online saying that Derby are apparently looking at him and he could be going to Derby and they've begun talks with him. But at the same time, there's also the Premier League clubs who are apparently looking at him, i.e. Everton, Nottingham Forest, West Ham, are all keeping an eye on him. And if you've got an opportunity to go to either Wednesday or Derby, or you go to Everton, Nottingham Forest or West Ham, I think you know where you're probably going to go. This is from HITC, so it is, again, one you take it with a grain of salt. But this is the big thing with it for me, is that the L'Equipe has turned around and said, and this is from their sporting director, Lorenzo, that they could potentially get him gone, and they've got more money coming in. They said we have a little bit more resources than last season, around 8 to 10 million. Regarding possible sales, Lorenzo said Dembele is among those who will be cashed in on. Dembele doesn't turn 22 until February next year. If there's a way of getting him, that they will do, and this is the thing, they're going to cash in on him, because they're going to have the money to do so. And you know what? That makes a lot of sense for me. And that's why I have the thing where I think, genuinely, I actually do think that we're probably not going to be in the race for this one either. I've just done a video about Dembele, and I think I'm going to combine both this and the Dembele video together, because it's two targets we were looking at, and it looks like they could be going elsewhere to where we were. And again, if it could be a case that it's not the case in that we have a chance to get him, but I think when we first saw the link up with him, I think we all thought, oh, there's surely got to be another season on loan. And if they're wanting to sell, I don't think, especially if you've got Prem teams looking, I think you're going to have to be realistic here, because I generally don't think you're going to get him for the price we want him for. Let's put it that way. He's worth 600k, but he probably could go up to a lot higher than that, especially if they are able to do things. You could do it. It is possible to get a deal for him done, right? And stuff like that. But if you've got the likes of West Ham, Everton and Forest sniffing around, and then Derby and Wednesday turn up, that's some competition to let go, like to do. The only thing you could possibly do on probably a Everton and West Ham and go, we're going to play you, where I think Forest will play him and can go, you'll give him 13 football like us and Derby can do. But when you hear the likes of them talking about it and they say that it's going to be a sale, that's another player you're going to think, how much money are we actually going to spend? Even though Chansiri said he's going to spend, it goes with the whole thing of going, how much money are we actually going to spend to try and bring in the players we want to bring in? And I think it's a difficult one. I generally do think it's a difficult one for us, because you've got to make sure it's the right player. You've got to make sure it's the right person coming in. Now, I said in my Dembele video, which, not my Dembele, my Michael be a do video that I will talk about the speculation if it doesn't come to fruition, like it looks like he signed elsewhere. That can be my 12 o'clock video now. I've actually decided I'm not going to combine them. I'm just going to split them into 2 separate videos. But when they do need to look at all positions, and we know when we've had players turn us down in January, we went back to the list and go, right, who next? Who next? Who next? We know we are very good at going back and having a look at what we scouted, who we've gone after, and where we go next. And I ain't got an issue if a player doesn't come off that we've been linked to, because I think we saw in January we are quite resilient. If it doesn't happen, we'll go to the next one. Then we'll go to the next one. I ain't got an issue at all if that happens, because I saw in January that this team behind Danny, if they need to find another target, they will do. And I think you have to play around to see what the next target's going to be, see who you can get in next. So Dembele could be one of those ones that we also miss out on as well, with Derby apparently sniffing around. But you've also got the likes of Forest, Everton and West Ham all saying that they might have a look, and especially since they can get a fee for him now, could they want to transfer him, not actually loan him? It looks like they want to get a fee for him with him being in his last year, his current deal. So that will be an interesting one. It will be a big sign of intent if we did manage to get him in. Don't get me wrong, it would be a big sign of intent, but do we generally see us going for it? Like, how much would they realistically want for him? I know Transfer Marketplace is saying it's 600k. How much are they going to put on top of that? Is it really 600k? Because you take that as an estimate of what the website's saying, and they go on where he's done and how he's done at other clubs and see if it goes up. Like, it's gone up since he's been at there. He was originally 500k at Celtic, was 250k. So it all depends. He's a midfielder, he's an attacking mid, and he can also play right wing. It's that kind of area we want to do. Last season, he did 39 appearances, 8 goals, and 13 assists. It's the assist that you want out of him. If we can't get him, we move on to other target. But like I said, I trust Wednesday and Danny to, if a target doesn't pay off, to go, right, where are we going next? What next on the list? Because we did that in January. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Hopefully we have some more transfer news in and around at the moment, but I think it's going to be one of those things where we just got to take time to look at all scenarios. Again, this is all transfer speculation, so take it with a grain of salt. And that's the thing. Take it with a grain of salt, see what happens, and then we go from there, because it is what it is.